Let's take a look at a real-world application where we can actually see two-step equations all around us. So the total charge for a yearly Internet DVD rental membership is $231. A registration fee of $15 is paid up front, and the rest is paid monthly. How much do new members pay each month? All right, let's think through this. There are a lot of words here, and our mission is to convert the words to math. So we don't know how much they pay each month. Let's say we call that M for the amount of money we pay each month. Now, for a year, we pay $231. So that means that $231 is total amount that we pay. Total amount. And how's that amount actually going to be distributed? Well, you pay $15 up front. So you just pay $15. And that means plus the rest is paid monthly. So within 1 year, that's 12 months. How much are we paying monthly? We're calling that M. So we have 12M. So look, we took that scenario and we converted it to a particular two-step equation. Isn't that cool? That's the power of equations. Taking all those words and bing, clean, clean, clean equation. Let's solve. So the first thing I would do is subtract 15 from both sides. And what I see is 216 equals 12M. Divide both sides by 12 to undo the multiplication by 12, and I see M all by itself equals 18. Units here are dollars, by the way. It's the amount of money. So it's $18 a month. So using two-step equations and figuring out how to solve them, we're actually able to understand real-world situations. The trick, in my mind, the hardest part, is to convert from the words to the actual equation. But solving the two-step equation is just as easy as doing a little two-step yourself. And then you're off, and you can enjoy DVD. Here's my favorite DVD, of course. Gotta love the math. Anyway, congratulations on solving two-step equations. Try, whenever you can, to first solve them in your head, if possible. That will allow you some practice, give you some mind exercise, and then allow you to check your answer when you actually write down on paper. I'll see you soon. Have fun. Let's take a look at a real-world application where we can actually see two-step equations all around us. So the total charge for a yearly Internet DVD Great. Well, let's take a look and see how algebra can actually help us resolve real-world issues that come up, even in the great depths of the ocean. Let's check it out for ourselves. Here's the question. Now, by the way, notice the question is quite impressive and maybe even intimidating. Let's just literally read through it a little bit at a time and try to make meaning of each and every sentence. Okay, here we go. So a fathom is a unit of length used to measure depth. So this is actually a definition. It's telling us what fathom means. Now, here's the scenario. A school of fish descends from a depth of 20 feet to a depth of 68 feet under the surface of the ocean. Okay, now what I'd like to do here is try to make meaning of that sentence. So let's draw a picture. So we have the surface of the ocean, so I'm going to start on top. You know, they say start thinking at the top. So here's the surface of the ocean. And what do I have? Well, I've got a school of fish. Well, the school of fish, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to represent that by one lone fish that will represent the school. And I don't know, what color would you like for fish? I think I like this kind of color. So this is a very happy school of fish because, of course, they're thinking about math. That's right. So what I want to do is consider that school of fish. And what do I know about it? Well, I know that it descends, that means goes down, from a depth of 20 feet. So from means that that's where they started. So when they started, they actually were at a depth, which means measure from the very top, the surface of the ocean, 20 feet. And they descend down, so now they're going to actually bubble down all the way to a depth of 68 feet. And so the way that I might want to note that is by putting this mark here and say 68 feet. So from a depth of 20 feet to a depth of 68 feet, notice that they're deeper down now. Okay, so all of that just got us this part of the picture. Now, a fathometer, not so easy to say, on a fishing boat. Oh, so we now get to put a fishing boat in. Now we're having some fun, because I tell you, I do like putting in a fishing boat. That seems important. So here's the fishing boat. So there's the fishing boat. And there it is. There they are trying to catch some fish. And what do we know about that? Well, so it measures that the fishing boat shows that the school descends 8 fathoms. So the school of fish drops 8 fathoms. And the question is, how many feet are there in a fathom? And it seems like there might not be enough information here. So let's just think about, what do we know? Well, we know that this thing reads that this right here, they descend 8 fathoms. And so I want to know how many feet are in a fathom. Well, let's actually now figure this out. So the first thing I want to do is let's give that thing, that unknown, a name. Let's call it F. So let's say F stands for the number of feet in 1 fathom. Well, what do I know? Well, I know actually how many feet this is. Well, how could I figure that out? Well, I know that they're at 68 at the end, way down here. They started at 20, and so now what's this difference? Well, literally just saying that tells me the answer. It's a difference. So I take 68 and I have to subtract 20. So in fact, if I take 68 and I subtract 20, and that's not too hard to do, I get 48, that's how many feet this is. So this right here, in fact, is 48 feet. And look, the equation almost kind of pops out at us, because we know that 48 feet will equal 8 fathoms. And if F is the number of feet in 1 fathom, that means that if I take 8 and multiply it by the number of feet in 1 fathom, it has to equal 48. To me, this is the hardest part of this riddle, which is to figure out from all the words what the actual algebra equation is. Well, now we can solve it. You know how to do that. I want to undo the multiplication by 8 in front of the F, and so I'm going to have to do the same thing to both sides, which in this case is to divide.
using the division property. So I divide both sides by 8 to keep it fair and balanced. And so now 8 divided by 8, that's just 1. So I have 1 fathom. And so now I see that F alone equals 48 divided by 8, which is 6. And so F equals 6. And what does that mean? Well, that's the number of feet in 1 fathom, which is exactly our question. So we know now that a fathom is equal to 6 feet. Ta-da! Look how we took the words and actually produced an algebraic expression, solved it, and actually found the answer. Really, really cool.